Go ahead,
Good
Mr.
morning, Mr. Chair.
Luciano.
Robert Luciano po from PAGCOR CMED. Ang basis po ng billing ng PAGCOR is from the audit platform. And doon po namin kinukuha yung GGR or the 2% of GGR or minimum guaranteed fee, whichever is higher.
Well, what's the importance of the gross gaming revenue or GGR? Saan po ginagamit yan?
So yan po ang basis ng ating 2% para po sa regulatory fees and doon po sa 5% ng BIR.
Okay. So without an accurate GGR, the regulatory fees of PAGCOR can be in question. Without an accurate GGR, the franchise fee or the tax being paid to BIR can be in question.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So it's important that we have an accurate gross gaming revenue.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Correct. And because PAGCOR does not have the technical know-how then, we relied on the expertise of the third-party auditor.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Correct. So this third-party auditor is supposed to be an expert, supposed to be highly qualified, and in the bounds of the law, independent, reputable, internationally known, duly accredited as such by an accredited or similar agency recognized by industry experts. Correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Sige po. I saw in the records that the third-party auditor was contracted in 2017, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And the law was enacted in 2021, no? Tama?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, and PAGCOR never endeavored to conduct another round of bidding to comply with the law. Nakuha nyo? Na-enact yung law, but tinuloy nyo pa rin yung 2017 third-party auditor nyo, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, because we have a contractual obligation with them. May contract na pirman before 3 years or 4 years before ng law.
Yeah, but the law is very specific to its qualifications.
And we believe, Your Honor,
Okay. Did you believe that they're compliant with the law?
yes, Your Honor.
Did you come up with an evaluation if they are all of these things, independent, reputable, internationally known, and duly accredited? Did you conduct any evaluation if they are indeed compliant with the law?
Yes, Your Honor, there is a standing order for the Casino Monitoring and Enforcement Department that they evaluate the qualification of our contractee, of our consultant.
There's an evaluation report, a legal evaluation, because importante na masunod yung batas no? And that's why the gross gaming revenue is important, but equally important because PAGCOR does not have the technical capability is the credibility and the technical know-how of the third-party auditor. And the minimum requirements are specified in the law, very clear and in the law. So, since you did not conduct any selection process after the law was enacted, so you think that the existing third-party auditor is compliant with the law,
Yes, Your Honor.
and you have an evaluation to do so.
Do you have evaluation?
Sir, Mr. Chair, meron po kami evaluation and meron po mga ibang mga non-deliverables na meron po kaming report.
Na compliant siya with the law.
Yes, sir.
Binangga nyo siya sa batas, in other words.
Yes, sir.
Submit to us that evaluation report.
Okay, Mr. Chair.
So what you're saying is when the law was enacted, nag-evaluate kayo. Tinignan nyo si Globalcom, pasok naman siya sa batas. Tama? That's what you're saying?
May report, sir.
Submit to us that report.
Yes, sir.
Because I want to see how they are compliant with the law because very strict ang batas For example, duly accredited as such by an accredited or similar agency recognized by industry experts.
Sinong expert? Sinong mga expert yan? Sila?
Yeah, that's why nga um, itong accreditation, um, uh, meron silang accreditation, itong Globalcom.
Yes, sir. Meron po.
Because one of the minimum requirements here is duly accredited as such by an accrediting or similar agency recognized by industry experts. So si Globalcom, meron ba siyang accreditation?
Sir, nasa TOR po.
No, but sa TOR siya.
Yes, sir.
So later on we'll discuss that.
Yes, sir.
Later on we'll discuss that. But submit to us your evaluation that they are compliant with the law.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
One of the most okay, we said earlier that the third party auditor is important, no? The role is very critical because they determine the gross gaming revenues, and the gross gaming revenues that determines the tax being paid to PAGCOR and the regulatory fees being paid to PAGCOR, no? And I was going through your TOR, and there are certain qualifications that the third-party auditor should comply with, no? Minimum qualifications. One of which is the operating capital of at least 1 billion pesos. No, that is important. Obviously, this is a big project, so PAGCOR required them to come up with an operating capital of at least 1 billion pesos. So, have they fulfilled this requirement?
Your Honor, yes, Your Honor. One of the three members of the consortium submitted a bank certificate with $25 million worth. Worth $25 million, Your Honor. That's a Globalcom RCI.
Which bank did the certification emanate from? For the record.
Solid Charter? What charter? Standard Chartered Bank, Your Honor.
Standard Chartered Bank?
Yes, Your Honor.
In the documents you submitted to us, it's not. It's called Solel Chartered Bank.
Soler Chartered
Oo.
Bank. Sorry, Your Honor.
This is a document that you submitted to us.
Soler Chartered Bank.
Okay. So that's their proof that they have 1 billion pesos in terms of operating capital.
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Because if you go through the financial statements of the three entities, Global Myoho, Comfac, and HiWeb, I'll show the EFS, the audited financial statements that were submitted to us. No, for Global Myoho, it only has 29 million in terms of. Thank you. Yung pinaka-latest. Ito yung time nang nag-bid sila, no? In 2017, they only have 29 million pesos in terms of equity. No? In terms of kay Comfac, it has 341 million pesos at the time, no? Kay HighWeb, because these are based in Malta, no? So lumalabas that 240. Ano ba?
Apo, kasi ordinary siya staff.
Oo.
Paid up lang 1,200 siya.
Ang paid up, no? Ang paid up capital niya is only 240 euros. So 13,000 pesos. No? Ang authorized na is 1,200 euros. No? So ang authorized niya, ang paid up niya, because 20% paid up, is about 240. So that's 13,000. So equity-wise, they're not qualified, correct?
That's our dilemma, Your Honor. The law, the Republic Act 9184, accepts this kind of document, and we cannot just disqualify a bidder based on anything other than this submittal. Presence or absence lang ho ng document na accepted ng RA 9184 and its rules and regulation. Yun lang pong tinitingnan ng Bids and Awards Committee.
But it's established that capital-wise, they don't have the capital. Their capital is insufficient for that 1 billion peso operating capital. Tama? Based on the financial statements they submitted to you in 2017.
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
But they submitted to you a letter of credit issued by Solel Chartered Bank in 2017.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who is this Solel Chartered Bank? Are they registered? Are they present here in the Philippines?
I'm not so sure, Your Honor.
Did you, kasi here it's in their letterhead is based in, I think Tektite yata to eh. Pasig, Philippine Stock Exchange, so that's Tektite, correct? So did you visit their office?
Not the Bids and Awards Committee, Your Honor, but we leave it all to the TWG and the back secretariat, Your Honor.
Yeah, but did they visit the office, this one? Whoever in PAGCOR, just answer, no? Kasi mahirap magturuan. Simple lang, did you visit the office of Soler Chartered Bank?
I have,
I see that they're not, umiiling sila eh. So,
yes, Your Honor.
obviously they did not visit the office of Soler Chartered Bank.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you check BSP if this Soler Chartered Bank is even registered in the Philippines? So nobody
Yes.
checked if the Soler Chartered Bank is registered in the Philippines. Is that correct? Please answer on the mic.
Yeah, yes, Your
Nobody
Honor.
checked.
Nobody checked. Your
Nobody
Honor.
checked. So walang pumunta sa office, wala rin nag-check sa BSP on the part of PAGCOR, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I invited BSP here because when I saw this certification, I had doubts eh. Who is this bank? Because sa tagal ko sa negosyo tsaka dito sa Pilipinas, I've never heard of this bank. So I asked BSP if Soler Chartered Bank, take note, it's a bank, is duly registered with PAGCOR in 2017 and to date. Can I direct this question to the BSP?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. So for the BSP, based on our records, Mr. Chair, Soleil Chartered Bank has never been, is not a registered bank with the BSP and is not allowed to operate in the Philippines.
Was it registered in 2017?
Based on our records, Mr. Chair, no.
Is any kind of institution allowed to issue standby letter of credit? Any institution that are not registered with the Bangko Central allowed to issue letter of credit?
Based on our regulations, Mr. Chair, only a bank registered with the BSP or licensed by the BSP is authorized to issue letters of credit.
So, who is this Solar Chartered Bank?
Based on just our research in the internet, Mr. Chair, it appears to be a bank operating in the US. They have a website, but we cannot verify that yet. But what appears here in the document is they indicated an address in the Philippines, which, based on the records, does not exist. It's not authorized by the BSP.
So it's very clear that Solar Chartered Bank is not registered with BSP in 2017 to date, and only banking institutions registered with the BSP can issue standby letter of credit. Correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So yung in-issue nila na standby letter of credit, can you see, can you let's flash it on the screen? So what is this document, in your opinion, attorney?
Mr. Chair, this appears to be a bank certification, not really a letter of credit. It just indicates that Global MRCI, it certifies that its customer, perhaps Global MRCI, has a $25 million funds with them, but this entity is not registered with the BSP.
Are companies like this declaring that they are banks can set up in the Philippines without the registration of BSP?
No, Mr. Chair, they have to be registered or licensed by the BSP to operate as a bank in the Philippines.
So in other words, this bank certification is pure use.
It appears so, Mr. Chair.
So in other words, nabudol po ang PAGCOR. Tama? Nabudol kayo eh. Walang Solar Chartered Bank registered with BSP. Walang this type of company, this type of bank can operate in the shores of the Philippines without registering with the BSP. And then yet they have an address here, and yet they are issuing certifications. At the same time, you never went to their office, you never checked with the BSP, but yet you took their word for it. So wala silang capital, yung kanilang bank certification is pure use. So paano sila naging compliant to the TOR of 1 billion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
in short, ang PAGCOR ay na-estapa. Sa police language, na-estapa ang PAGCOR itong mga tao na ito. Anyway, hindi pa naman siguro time nila yun, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman.
Your Honor, we will look onto this, and perhaps we can establish their. We can ask their comment on this. We will look on this document, Your Honor, and perhaps we can ask their comment on this document, Your Honor. If only Global RCR are here.
Yeah, but 2017 to, Attorney Consolacion. It's already 2023. So for the last
Yes, Your Honor.
5 years, you never endeavored to verify, and yet you signed a contract with them worth how much for the next 10 years? 6 billion?
Yes, Your Honor.
This contract is 6 billion worth for the next 10 years. And they were awarded the contract based on a spurious bank certification issued by an entity not registered with BSP and claiming to be a bank.
Perhaps you can go to our records, Your Honor, and ask their comment on this, and maybe we can recommend that this contract be terminated if this is really an spurious document.